crazy things like they know exactly who did this and they're looking for him now. You never know something right away. They're always a suspect until proven guilty, right? Innocent until proven guilty.
They're supposed to be.
Yeah, when they say things like that, or things like, when they get the dates wrong. You know, when they report something before it happens. That's a taboo, you know. It's always taboo. That always
Building 3 is falling down. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, Building 7, yeah.
Building
Exactly,
7,
yeah. So, yeah, some really good points tonight, Waylon. Do you want to talk, do you want to ask Matt any questions here? He's also a service member, and he's actually active duty. I'm veteran, and we do have some other experiences with some weird stuff that way, but do you want to ask us any specific questions or comment on anything else? On the 25th of May?
No, I just wanted to kind of make the point that I thought that the Burisma thing and the investigation into Hunter Biden was getting put back into the spotlight about the same time that COVID came around, and maybe that was the distraction there.
Right, that's what you were saying. That's what we were going to look at before we started talking about the other issues. So let's get back to that. Andrea's checking that now to see when Hunter. You are absolutely right. I remember that during the impeachment trial, the president tweeted something about Hunter, and they said that is trial interference, right? Weren't they trying to say there was trial interference or interfering with an investigation because Trump tweeted something about Biden being a crook, his son?
There was an escalation of a Senate inquiry going on January 23rd.
Oh, look at the date on things. Are you kidding me? An escalation of investigation on January 23rd. Look at the timeline, folks. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yeah. Nice. That's worth a special effect. All right. That was a good one. All right.
Yeah, so maybe that's the distraction on that one. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think our government had anything to do with COVID, to be quite honest. I think it was on purpose, but I don't think it was our government doing it on purpose.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. That's awesome that you brought that up because, you know, most of the stuff that is on Wikipedia is confirmed. People, you know, their sources, you know, try to not just put any junk out there. It's not like the fake news and you can publish anything and call it truth. It's actually supposed to be more like an encyclopedia. So I read on Wikipedia, and this could have been a while ago and it might be changed by now, but there's a North Carolina lab that is partners with the Wuhan lab, and they acquired the patent on it in 2018. And that's in my article. If you'll actually, it might be on the article down below on diggingdeeper.us. If you don't see the one with the mask on it, then go over to diggingdeeper.net, and my article is over there. Because I have an entire article and references to all of the whole masquerade of things. And it shows that major companies like Moderna and Gilead Sciences, especially Gilead Sciences is the one who owns Remdesivir and Regeneron, and obviously those stocks are up big time. But I'm glad to see that they did say that they were going to give it away for free. At least that's what Trump said. They were going to give it away to everybody for free.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
So on a news article, a breaking news article from the Shad Olson show, Shad Olson writes on when?
January. So still, they were already...
January 13th, he wrote the article that says, titled, COVID-19, born in North Carolina, sold to Wuhan lab, optimized for pandemic spread. Interesting. No, I know in my article, in my investigation, what I found was that Fauci invested $70 million in the patent for it in the North Carolina lab through the University of North Carolina. This is a university lab. We're talking about state-funded tax dollars. These are patents that are applied for, this is in my article, patents that are applied for and given to universities freely and openly. And they get to keep 100% of the profit of everything when these patents are given. And so the inventors, the teachers, the scientists, the people who paid for the tax college, the people who gave them funds, they get absolutely zero return on it, and those people are then ousted. And one of those doctors is that lady from the Plandemic movie. She's ousted from a lab because she spoke out about these universities getting these multi-million-dollar patents, and the people are not getting anything back for their investment in that university. So yes, it started in North Carolina. It ended up being a partnership with the Wuhan lab, and that's verifiable information according to several articles, including Wikipedia.
First and second week in
So,
January, Prince Andrew wasn't.
They were working in conjunction, or the U.S. lab just sold the virus to Wuhan, and Wuhan turned it into COVID-19 and let it out.
Yeah, that's most everything that I've seen so far, article-wise, has said that the U.S. gave it to Wuhan. Wuhan turned it to the pandemic, and then sent it out to the world, essentially.
I'm willing to believe that too, but I do want to mention that the Wuhan lab's activity prior to that was way deeper than what you think. It's way deeper. We're talking about back to the Ebola virus and others.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just, the Asian flu, the bird flu, everything flu.
All around.
Almost everything can be traced to something that's happening across that little river in Wuhan. And that's what makes President Trump and others believe that they're behind just about everything, because it seems like, okay, for instance, we shut down, what's that big company? That big tech company, Huawei?
I wouldn't be.
Huawei?
Huh?
Huawei?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shut them down. Take a look at the timeline there. We busted that high-level lady, shut her down, kicked everybody, all the diplomats from China out, and then busted Huawei. Yeah, you don't think that don't you think there's repercussions for that? Everything that we've done that's kicked their bleep, there has probably been a retaliatory measure of equal or greater value.
Oh, I don't doubt it, and that's one of the reasons I don't think that our government had anything to do with the release of this virus. They may have known that the Chinese had it. They may have even sold them the virus initially, and then Wuhan, did their thing. But as far as releasing it and letting it into the world, I don't think our government had it. I can't believe our government had anything to do with that, really.
I wouldn't imagine our current sitting government, no. Maybe some deep state, maybe globalist elites.
Yeah, maybe there could be people in this country that had something to do with it.
Yep.
Like the Trump administration, no way.
No,
I can't believe that.
He's a very patriotic man. He loves the American people, I think, way too much. Well, not way too much, but I mean, he loves America that
Not
much.
too much to do that to.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
he wouldn't hurt
very much.
anybody.
I agree. Yeah, and when we say, that may be part of the misconception that people have when they say, well, I can't believe they would do that or we would do that. You can't lump all the bad people in the deep state with all the people in the current government, because right now, you say they wouldn't do that. Well, I didn't think they would run airplanes into the side of a building and then use explosives to bring it down. I didn't think they would do that. Did you?
No,
No.
definitely.
I don't know what happened with 9/11. There's so much out there that anything could have happened that day, and I really don't know what happened that day. That one's got me confused.
Yeah, well, if you follow the money, that's the biggest thing. If listen to that Follow the Money documentary on episode 4, I think it is. And that thing will explain a lot on there on Digging Deeper. That episode 4 woke me up. I think it's 4. It's Digging Deeper. The money episode, Follow the Money documentary, because the floor that they ran into held the only records, because there wasn't. Matter of fact, it was IBM who was working on technology with a Chinese company, probably Huawei, and to get wireless communications to make money transfers paperless. And until after that, it wasn't happening. But they were in the process of helping that first client in the New York City Stock Exchange, whatever is in the biggest buildings in the towers, right? All the financial records were in that floor, exactly on that floor. That was the point of impact on the first plane. So look at the point.
Nothing is coincidence.
No, look at the point of impact on that plane, and every financial record was then frozen. Stock market was frozen, and before that, follow the money. Before that, huge sell-off the day before for American Airlines and United Airlines. Huge sell-off. A lot of people made a lot of money, especially foreign investors. So take a look at what happened financially on that day, and you'll understand a lot more, I believe. That helped me.
Well, then,
I'll look into it. I mean, like I said, I'm undecided on 9/11. It just seems like a whole big goddamn mess to me.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a mess. And then when that piques your curiosity, you want to start looking at other things, and then you're like, I can't believe they have done so many cover-ups, so many half-truths and cover-ups and things on purpose. I mean, why in the world would they do something like that or try to pull that off? And it's all about, well, what's happening on the other hand? What is the distraction that's
Why are
going
they
on
distracting us?
while this thing's happening?
I mean, how much money went missing just prior to 9/11 for Social Security? 2-point-something trillion, was it not?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
3
shady stuff
trillion,
on-
7 trillion, and it was a lot of money. All of a sudden, all that money went missing, and it doesn't just go missing and you don't have to account for it, right? Well, right. That's what happened. They never accounted for it. That missing money.
But doesn't that happen all the time? Like with the American government, money disappears all the time.
Yeah, but 2 trillion's kind of like losing a couple states or something, man. I'm like, oh, whoops, we lost a couple of, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, I suppose, but
2 trillion. That'd be
it
like,
doesn't seem like that much. What's the gross national profit? Something like 14 trillion, or maybe it's 4 trillion. But I mean, every year the country makes that much money.
but the country's not what the government gets for taxes. Remember, their revenue is only generated by our dollars. So the government does not generate any money on their own. It's all taxable income. So
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking gross national, and you're talking about taxable revenue.
They're just a pariah.
They just
that
give out
money
money.
is
To
only
me, it's
supposed
like
to.
money disappears in the government all the time, and
Yeah.
it's billions of dollars. So for me, it's not too far of a leap for a couple of trillion.
It's 27 trillion. Currently, it's 27 trillion is our national debt.
Yeah, national debt's 27 trillion. I mean, that's
It's just a drop in the bucket now.
Yeah.
It may not have been that then, but
yeah. But the excuse of losing money when you're in a military operation is absolutely inexcusable, because it's one of our mottos is, pay attention to detail. And when you lose big dollars, big things like that, that something's going to roll. Somebody's going to be out of job or out of rank or out of the Army or out of the Air Force or wherever you're at. But as we both and all know here, we all know that this world is not necessarily just crazy this year. It's been crazy for a long time.